Hey, welcome back to English Flow. I'm Emma. Before we start today's lesson, I want to ask you something real. How many times have you told yourself, I'll practice English tomorrow? Tomorrow when I'm less busy. Tomorrow when I feel more ready. Tomorrow when I finally have the time. I want to tell you something honest. Tomorrow is the most expensive word in language learning, because tomorrow never comes until you decide that today, exactly as it is enough to start. And here's what I know about you. You're not lazy. You're not incapable. You haven't failed. You're just stuck in a loop that your brain created a long time ago to protect you. And today we are going to talk about exactly that loop, what it is, why it happens, and 5 simple ways to break it for good. Stay with me. This lesson is going to change the way you think about learning English. Most people think they struggle with English because they don't know enough grammar, or enough vocabulary, or enough phrases, so they study more, they memorize more, they try harder, and then they wonder why, after all that effort, they still freeze the moment someone speaks to them. Here's the truth that almost nobody tells you. The problem isn't your English. The problem is your brain's relationship with discomfort. Your brain is wired for efficiency. It likes what's familiar. It protects what's comfortable, and it strongly resists anything that feels new, uncertain, or risky. Speaking a foreign language out loud, that's all 3 at once. So when you open your mouth to speak English and your mind goes completely blank, that is not failure. That is not a sign that you're bad at languages. That is your nervous system doing exactly what it was built to do. It's protecting you from something that feels unfamiliar. The good news is this: you can train it differently. You can teach your brain that English is safe, familiar, and even enjoyable. And it starts with something much simpler than you've been told. Let's talk about 5 ways to practice English every single day, even when your life is busy, even when you feel shy, even when you don't live in an English-speaking country. Number 1, listen to English every day. This is the most important step. If you want to speak better, you have to listen more. Not once a week, not only in class, every day. Here's why. Your brain learns language the same way it learns everything else, through repeated exposure, through immersion, not through memorization. When you live inside a language, your brain starts to absorb its rhythm, its patterns, its music. And that absorption happens quietly, below the surface, even when you're not paying close attention. Scientists call this implicit learning. It's the exact same process that taught you your first language. You didn't study grammar rules when you were 2 years old. You just heard the language over and over, and your brain figured it out. That same ability is still inside you right now. So how do you use it? You listen to podcasts like this one. You listen to English music. You watch YouTube videos. You listen to short stories or English news for learners. It doesn't matter what you choose. What matters is the daily contact with the language. And here's something important: you don't need to understand everything. Really, you don't. Even if you only understand 30 or 50%, that's enough. Your ears are still working. Your brain is still absorbing. Let the sounds enter. Let the rhythm settle in. You can listen while you walk, while you cook, while you clean, while you exercise, while you rest. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough to make a real difference. Make English your background music. Number 2, shadow what you hear. Now that you're listening, the next step is to use your voice. Because listening is great, but speaking is where you actually grow strong. Let me introduce you to one of the most powerful techniques in language learning. It's called shadowing. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You listen to someone speaking English like me right now, and you repeat exactly what you hear. You don't stop. You don't translate in your mind. You don't look at a dictionary. You just copy the sound like an echo. You try to say the words at the same speed, with the same tone, the same rhythm as the speaker. Let's try it together right now. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat after me. Say it out loud. Seriously out loud. I want to speak English fluently. Now you repeat. I listen to English every day. Now you repeat. Shadowing helps me speak better. Now you repeat. Good. That's it. That's shadowing. At first, it feels a little strange. You may not understand everything you hear. That's completely okay. Shadowing is not about understanding every word. It's about training your brain and your mouth to work together in English. It helps you get used to how English sounds, how it moves, how it feels when it comes out of your mouth. And here's the science behind it. Every time you repeat a sentence, you're building something called myelin, a coating around the nerve pathways in your brain that makes them faster and more automatic. You are literally building a faster road to English fluency. Not with motivation, with repetition. If you do this just 5 minutes a day, you will start to speak faster, more clearly, and more naturally. It's a small habit with very big results. Number 3. Think in English one thought at a time. This is one of the biggest changes you can make, and it costs you nothing, no classroom, no textbook, no teacher, just your own mind. Right now, when you want to say something in English, here's what happens inside your brain. You think the idea in your native language. Then you translate it into English. Then you try to say it. That translation step in the middle is what causes the freeze, the gap, the panic, the silence. Your goal is to eliminate that middle step entirely, to connect your thoughts directly to English without going through another language first. Here's how you start, and you can begin right now, today. When you look at an object, think its English name. Not a translation, just the word. Desk, window, coffee, rain, phone, door. When you're doing something, narrate it quietly in your head. When you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, "It's morning. I'm still sleepy. I need coffee." When you walk outside, the sky is blue. The air is cold. I see a dog. During your workday, I'm working. I'm tired. I want to go home. These are small thoughts, very simple. But they're doing something powerful. They're teaching your brain to reach for English first, not as a translation, but as a direct connection. Later, try saying these thoughts out loud. Just whisper. Speak quietly. It's like having a conversation with yourself in English. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. When you translate, you're running 2 cognitive systems at the same time, your native language and English. That's double the mental effort, double the delay. Thinking directly in English removes one system entirely. Less effort, more fluency. Do this consistently for 4 weeks, just 4 weeks. And you will feel a measurable shift in how quickly English comes to you. Number 4, read aloud. Every single day. Reading silently is useful. Reading aloud is transformative. When you read aloud, something very interesting happens. Your mouth, your ears, and your brain all activate together at the same time. You hear yourself. You feel the words in your mouth. You process the meaning while producing the sound. It's a full body language workout, and it trains your speaking muscles the same way athletes train their bodies. Repetition builds strength. Choose something short, a paragraph from a story, a dialogue from a video, a section from a podcast script, a few lines from a book you enjoy. Read it slowly and clearly. Then read it again, a little faster. Then one more time, with more expression. Imagine you're an actor. Feel the words coming out of you. Notice how your mouth moves. Notice the rhythm of the sentences. Notice where your voice naturally rises and falls. This is how pronunciation sharpens. Not by memorizing rules, but by doing the thing, over and over, until it feels natural, until it feels like yours. Let me give you some real examples you can use right now. Read these lines after me slowly, clearly, with expression. Good morning. I woke up feeling a little tired, but I'm ready to take on the day. I'm going to make coffee, check my messages, and then head to work. Let's go. It's been a long week, but I'm proud of how far I've come. I keep going. Read those lines every morning for 1 week. By day 7, they will come out of your mouth smoothly and naturally. That's not magic. That's how the brain works. Number 5, Use English in your real, everyday life. And this is the one that changes everything. If you want to speak English well, you shouldn't only study English. You should live with English. You should let it become part of your actual daily routine, the same way your morning coffee is, the same way checking your phone is. The more you see it, hear it, and use it throughout your day, the more natural it becomes. Let me give you 5 very specific ways to do this, and you can start all of them today. First, change your phone settings to English. You probably look at your phone 50, maybe 100 times a day. So why not use that time to learn? When your phone is in English, you see words like settings, airplane mode, brightness, update, available, delete, download over and over again. You don't need to study these words. You just see them repeatedly, and soon your brain remembers. That's called passive learning, and it's incredibly effective. Second, write a short diary in English every night. You don't have to write long essays, just 3 sentences about your day. Today, I went to work. I was very tired. I drank 2 cups of coffee. It rained this morning. I stayed home. I watched an English video. That's it. Simple sentence structure. Real vocabulary from your real life. 5 minutes before bed. Do this every night, and you will improve more than you think. Third, record a 1-minute voice message every day. This is one of my favorite tips. At the end of your day, open your phone and record yourself speaking for just 1 minute. Talk about your day, your plans, your feelings, something you noticed, something that made you smile. For example, today was a busy day. I had a meeting in the morning. I made lunch for my family. In the evening, I watched a short English video. I'm tired, but I feel good about the day. It doesn't need to be perfect. No one else has to hear it. This is just for you. But when you listen back to yourself, you learn something important. You hear your own pronunciation. You notice your grammar. You start to recognize your common mistakes, and you fix them naturally over time. This builds confidence, fluency, and self-awareness all at once. Fourth, join an English-speaking group online. You don't need to wait for a classroom. Find other learners online. A WhatsApp group, a Telegram channel, a Facebook group for English learners, a Reddit thread. You can write short messages. You can send voice notes. You can ask and answer questions. Even just reading what other learners write is helpful. This makes English feel alive. It becomes a way to connect with people, not just a subject you study alone. Fifth, watch short videos and repeat the sentences. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, they're full of short, real English content. Choose videos about travel, food, daily life, or anything you enjoy. Watch the same video 2 or 3 times, then pause and repeat the sentences you hear. Try to copy the voice the way they speak, their tone, their speed, their energy. Even a 20-second video is enough. It's a fun and very natural way to learn how English is actually spoken. And here's the psychology behind why this works so well. Habit research shows that the biggest predictor of whether a new habit sticks is not motivation, it's integration. The more a behavior is woven into your existing daily routine, the more likely it survives. That's why English as part of your life works so much better than English as a separate task you have to remind yourself to do. Now let me show you what real English looks like in real life. Let's do a few quick role-play conversations together. Imagine you're at a local market. You say, "Excuse me, do you have any fresh tomatoes today?" The vendor says, "Yes, just arrived this morning. How many do you need?" You say, "I'll take about 1 kilo, please." "And do you have spring onions as well?" The vendor says, "Of course. Anything else?" You say, "That's all for now. Thank you so much." Short, polite, practical. That's exactly the kind of English that builds real confidence. Now, let's try a casual conversation with a friend. You say, "Hey, are you free this afternoon? I was thinking we could grab a coffee." Your friend says, "Sure, that sounds great. Where are you thinking?" You say, "There's that new cafe on the corner. I haven't been yet, but it looks really good. Your friend says perfect. Let's go around 3. You say works for me. See you there. This is how real English sounds. Not formal, not textbook. Just natural, warm, human conversation. And the more you practice it, even alone, even in your head, the more natural it becomes when you need it in real life. Let me also give you something very concrete. A daily plan you can follow starting tomorrow. In the morning, stand in front of your mirror and talk for 3 to 5 minutes. Narrate your morning. Describe what you see. Talk about how you feel. No notes, no script, just you and your voice. During the day, think in English. When you're commuting, shopping, working, cooking, let your inner voice speak English. Narrate what you're doing. Describe what you see. Ask yourself questions in English and try to answer them. In the afternoon, spend 10 minutes listening to English content and shadowing. Repeat sentences out loud. Match the rhythm. Copy the tone. In the evening, record your 1-minute voice note. Talk about your day. What happened? How you felt? What you learned? Before bed, write 3 sentences in your English diary. Simple, honest, real. That's your full daily practice. It doesn't require a classroom. It doesn't require a teacher. It doesn't require hours of study. It just requires you showing up every day in small but consistent ways. Let's bring it all together. You now have 5 powerful steps to take your English from stuck to flowing. Listen to English every day. Shadow what you hear. Think in English, one thought at a time. Read aloud and train your speaking muscles. And weave English into your real daily life. None of these require a classroom. None of them require perfection. They only require one thing: consistency. Small actions, done every day, add up to something remarkable. Fluency isn't built in big moments. It's built in small ones repeated every single day. Start today, not tomorrow. Not after you feel ready. Not after you know more grammar. Today. Right now. With whatever you have. Because the version of you who speaks English with ease and confidence, that person is being built. One small step at a time. If this lesson helped you, please like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel grow and reach more learners just like you. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 5 steps are you going to try first. I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep flowing, Emma.